Alright, in that video we were saying that Ethereum needed to come up here. And why is this zone so important, you might ask? When we made that video, Ethereum was somewhere around $2,925. And from current price, that's like 20% to the upside. So if you bought Ethereum there, you'd be 20% up right now. To the exact top right here, that was 25%, but it dropped back to the downside. So right now is 20% move to the upside. Now, this zone right here is important. That's the 1.618. It's important because we saw this move to the upside here as the first wave up. That also corresponds with the ETH BTC chart. And you would know from our strategy that we take the length of that first wave times 1.618. It gives us the next resistance zone. To get the next resistance zone, we need to take the length of the first wave times 2.618. That gives us the next resistance zone to the upside. So as I indicated to you earlier today on Telegram, that 1.618 was calculated on the 2-hourly time frame. That's why we get 3,787 right here. Now, you notice that the wick right here did not actually hit that 1.618. Zoomed in, it looks like so. We did not actually hit it. We needed to move up by about 2.78% more to get into this particular zone right here. So we did not actually hit it. And that's because we calculated that measurement on the 2-hourly. If we did that on the daily, then we must have hit the resistance zone. So on the daily, you see that we actually hit it right here. Zoomed in, it looks like so. We hit that 1.618 right there. So why wasn't I using the daily then? That's because most of the times that I do that, I underestimate the rally, so I tend to use the 2-hourly time frame. When I use the 30-minute, I overestimate the rally, so 2-hourly is my sweet spot, if you will. So as this has happened, I am still thinking that we could come up here. Regardless, what is the lowest we could go if this thing was to drop back to the downside, like really dump? You remember that my initial projection shows a retracement at 0.5 right here, retracement after that 0.5, a move to the upside into 1.618, and a retracement. So this zone right here, we will eventually see some sort of retracement right here. So what's the lowest to that? You remember this? This is the initial chart where I was telling you that this is the accumulation zone. From here, we should go to the upside, but this is just the lowest we can see on the chart. So move to the upside, retracement, this was 0.5. Another move to the upside, this is the 1.618 zone, and then some type of dump. So what is that lowest dump before a big rocket? Well, that zone seems to be around 2,700 to 2,500. But I will not be betting on that though. I will not be hoping for it. Remember, as I told you, if we say that this is the first wave right here, this would be the second. And so we are in the third right now. So betting on a retracement is a very risky business. I wouldn't be betting on that retracement, but that's just the lowest we could possibly go if this thing was to actually plummet.